Oh, right, these are her sisters, it said. Okay, I like her vibe. They're just so enamored by her beauty, they're gonna do it anyway. I wonder if she has more of like an advantage over them. Like, do they need her more than she needs them? Because you'd think like with what they're saying, she should be doing what she's told, but like she really doesn't seem that arsed. A week?
I understand. Let's go.
What?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay.
And that's why they need the war. Are all the warlords gonna fucking be there? I can't deal with that level of stress. What do you mean?
Moving.
Right. Real as fuck.
Going. Let's go. Okay.
Oh my god.
Took me ages to learn.
Holy shit. That's so interesting. Because, like I said, surely she has more to lose, no? But she's like, well, I'm just gonna keep my title anyway. And she's kind of giving the energy of like, what are you gonna do?
Yes.
She has a terrible personality. Damn. Because she's beautiful. Oh my god.
Keep the hands out of the jaws.
Right.
Keep the hands out of the jaws.
Right. I mean, she's clearly not wrong.
Yep.
I, for one, think that she's beautiful, but I'm not going to forgive her for kicking that kitten. Anything else? I don't know. Go ahead, girl.
I'll be right over. Yes.
Is she actually going to turn them to stone? Oh my goodness. No fucking way. Can they be turned back? Oh.
Moving.
Oh.
Yes.
He knew how to stop it.
Let's go.
Man, they dealt with that no bother. The way she just doesn't seem worried.
Yep. Okay.
Do as you wish?
Okay.
What? I am so intrigued by her. Like I said, you'd think that she would have more to lose, but she just doesn't seem bothered. She doesn't seem fazed. I'm so intrigued. All right, let's waste no time.
Going.
Let's get into episode 411.
Finally smashed.
Aww. Aww.
No problem.
Look at these slayers. Damn, she is so cool.
Let's see what we can get done. Yeah.
Nuts. Oh, she knows.
Okie dokie.
She knows. There's no way.
Ready for duty?
心配ないちゃんと城に送った
ラン本など匂いかこっちじゃにょ
What's the best course
Is
of
she
action?
gonna let it slip?
戦利品
Uh-huh.
極上の宝石をこちらに用意し
Agreed.
ました
Damn, she's like proper, like royalty here. So
I
slay.
understand. Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
わらわの美しさを邪魔するだけ
wow. Girly
Okay.
knows her worth.
Uh-huh.
それは村の子供たちが蛇姫様にと一生懸命作った
Oh no, she's not gonna like it, is she?
色も塗ってあってさぞ苦労したのでしょ
I
う
understand.
She's not gonna like it, is she?
そうかわらわ泥の
I knew that she wouldn't like it.
Uh-huh.
That is foul.
ないものを城へ運び込むな早く捨てて床を掃除しておけ
Ooh, she's harsh.
港の出迎えに五国の戦士たちの姿がなかった
She knows something's going on. Absolutely.
ジャングルに大層凶暴な猿が現
No
れまして
death in vain.
それはもう野蛮で無礼なけだものとして
Not too far off.
Uh-huh.
Literally
Whatever
not
you
too
say.
far off.
Yep. I understand.
Oh,
ご心配なくじき戻りますお出迎えできず誠にすみません
まあよい
she's not stupid. She knows there's something going on.
ロンバここはわらわの部屋じゃなぜおる
Already going.
Oh, do they not get on with each other?
からでも入れる
つまみ出せ
待てヘビ
Do they not
Already
like
doing.
each other? What's the story here?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
様
沖に中枢の者たちの船が停泊しておりますにゃあれはそなたを迎えに来た船と違いますか
そうじゃ戦争の誘い
なぜ行かれにお行きなされ
That is so crazy that they're calling they're calling in the warlords to fight against Ace's rescue. I mean, it makes sense that they would do that, but like also I don't want that.
死ぬようなこともあるまい
Is that what she's scared of?
わらは怖い
Oh,
まるで
Agreed.
oh, she actually is scared?
今この国はそなたの七部会という称号に守られて
Yeah, she has more to lose, right?
前まではカームベルトという強力な防御網がこの島を外敵から守ってくれておる。しかし今はどうじゃ。中枢の者たちは新しい造船技術によってこの海を行き来できるようになってしもうた。
Maybe she just hasn't realized the depth of like what she could lose in comparison.
称号を失い、ただの海賊国家に戻れば惨劇を見ますぞ。
Hmm.
よく皆さん、この水晶を
She has a crystal ball.
的中率
Agreed.
200%の
200% of the time.
Yep.
出
Okay.
たによ。
Did she just? Oh my god. Well, that's why it's right.
いましい
Oh,
降り出せ今すぐじゃはいただいま
oh dear.
待てヘビ姫。
Already going.
何をする。
おとなしく見ていればくだらぬ余興を
I can't like. Is she scared? Cause she seems like kind of a bad bitch. So for her to just randomly be like, "I'm scared," it seemed like it didn't align.
アマゾン
Agreed.
リリー戦線仙台皇帝
Okay.
Oh, she's the
I understand.
ex-empress. Okay, right.
国が滅びようとも皆許して
Oh.
なぜ
Oh, she's beautiful.
あなたはかつて皇帝の地位にありながらこの国を捨て外界に飛び出した
Agreed.
クジャの裏切り者
Yep.
じゃから村の片隅でひっそりと暮らしておるわ。にょにょにょにょ。
Oh my god.
暮らしておればよい現皇帝のわらわに口出しするなど沙汰の限りじゃ
Oh my god. She's so small.
決意が反復せざるを得ないわらわの負けじゃ
分かってくれたかい、ルビ姫。女児ごとも話してみるものじゃ。ありがとう。では、言ってくれ。
No.
嘘じゃ調子に乗るな
She is so interesting. I'm kind of fascinated by her.
No
The
problem.
way she fucking does what she wants. But she has to have some like care for this place,
Wow,
right?
nice
So I'm
one.
intrigued
assist.
to know the depth of like her thought process behind all of this. And like does it
Whatever you
actually
say.
come from like genuinely a lot of fear? There's no way that she's completely heartless to
Yes.
like this whole place.
あるあるそんな時ありますよね
She just gets away with it. It's a pretty privilege. Oh. She landed on her feet. Okay.
I understand.
Okay, queen.
追いさらばえてもクジャの戦士。
She said, I'm still a bad bitch.
湯の準備はできておるか
直ちに勧告を出しますエビ姫様の湯を
I love that it's announced.
Agreed.
ほら急ぐわよ
湯あみの時間だわ
I understand.
準備をし城の
This is a whole affair.
どうしてヘビ姫様の入浴はいつもこんなに大げさなのかなあなたいくつになった8歳
Already going.
教えてあげるゴルゴン
That's a
さん
good question.
以外の秘密
What happens when they take a bath?
中枢の海にいた怪物の名前
Oh, it's like Medusa. Wait, this makes so much sense of why she can turn people to stone.
エビ姫様たち三姉妹は冒険の果てになんとその怪物ゴルゴンを
Oh, wait, they slayed it. But then it must have affected her somehow.
今の瞬間3人の戦士に恐ろしい呪いをかけてしまった
Hmm.
エビ姫様たちの背中には怪物の大きな衣服を脱ぎその目をあらわにするとその揚力で近くにいる人間たちは皆石になって死ぬ
Whoa. That's terrifying.
ゴルゴン三姉妹は人前で決して衣服を取ることはない
It's kind of sad. Oh. Is he gonna... No. Is he gonna somehow end up in her path?
あー痛かった
Oh no.
Let's go.
偉いやつに会わなきゃなんねえから
Yes.
偉いやつは高え建物
Oh my god, no. Is he gonna end up in her path?
に決め
Affirmative.
た
Fuck. He is gonna splash right
I'll
into
be right
her
over.
bath.
Understood.
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew
Understood.
it.
崩れた
Okay.
Oh god.
Keep the hands out of the jaws. Took me ages. Yes.
For fuck's sake, Luffy.
Merkwürdig. Was ist das? Affirmative.
Well, what a first meeting.
Understood.
Oh, I think that she's insecure. Familiar. Familiar? Maybe I misunderstood, but Like, if people look at it, can they
Affirmative.
turn to stone or no? Or is it just an
Whatever you
insecurity
say.
thing? But what does he mean
Let's
that
go.
it seems familiar somehow? I'm so interested to know
Whatever
how
you
she's
say.
gonna react to him.
Ready
I'm
for
really
duty?
enjoying this so far. This is really good. I'm so intrigued by these women and this island and her and like what she's really like, and also all the shit about Ace is stressing me out every time it's mentioned. I feel like I'm gonna break out in hives. But yeah, really good. I hope you enjoyed my reactions to these episodes. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you want to see more content from me, don't forget to subscribe.
What's the
You can also
best
join my
course of action?
Patreon.
What's
But yeah,
next?
in the meantime, take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.
And your acceptance of responsibility.
What's the best course of action?
Kayla
What's
Williams,
next?
24-08816.
Good afternoon, Judge. Good afternoon.
Okie dokie.
Council, have your appearance.
Absolutely, Judge. Good afternoon, Jen Wilburn, P83143 for the plaintiff.
Okay, and you, ma'am, are Michaela Williams?
Yes.
Okay, today was the date that was set for a hearing. This is for a motion to set aside a default judgment. Ma'am, Ms. Williams, you defaulted by failing to appear for your hearing for an eviction proceeding. And you've now filed a motion to set aside that default judgment. In your motion, you indicate that you have different agencies seeking to help you, but that you also, you said the court, your previous court date was under your acknowledged
Yes.
because you was told a different date for March
Yep.
8th. Who told you March 8th was your court date?
Yes, in my meeting from the last
Go
court,
ahead.
whoever I
told you
met
that?
with, I don't remember his name, but he said March 8th. That's the date I
Okay.
had down when we had our
Okay, so-
breakout or whatever. I don't remember who I spoke with though.
What
Yes,
date did I
empty
tell
shot
you?
can be deadly.
I believe March 8th
Knife
as well.
search.
I did not.
Okay, well, that's what I heard. Excuse me.
What date did
Yeah,
we
but-
send a letter in the mail? With that same date, we mailed you a notice in the mail.
Finally, some action.
It did
Yes,
not
ma'am, and I
come
did
back,
not get that. No, ma'am.
it did not come back to the court
Sure did.
undeliverable.
Yeah, I didn't get it
And so-
though. That's why I didn't
Oh,
appear, because I didn't know it was under my acknowledgement. I didn't know anything about it.
Counsel, did you want to
Let's
respond?
see what we can get done.
Briefly, Judge, it's plaintiff's position that there is no good cause or meritorious defense. Even if the court does find good cause based on the mix-up, there's not a meritorious defense outlined, which is required to set aside the default. So I would ask that the motion be denied.
I'm struggling with even
Even
with
an
the
empty
good
shell
cause
can be
because I do landlord tenant hearings the same all the time. When I do pre-trials, I verbally tell you what your next court date is. So if you later go into a breakout room with someone and they
Whatever you
say
say.
something different than what the
Uh-huh.
judge told you, I would go back to the main courtroom and ask the judge, well, what you
Uh-huh.
told me it was this date. What date is my court
Yes.
date?
Let's see what we can
So
get
that I
done.
make sure I have it accurate.
Okay.
That
Right.
never happened, ma'am. In addition to that, I know
Agreed.
that I have a document here that tells me that you were mailed a note. And see, right
Let's
now, even as I'm talking to you now, you're preoccupied with
Yes.
putting food in your mouth or whatever
Yes.
you're doing in the background, and that's
Okay.
probably why you can't pay attention.
Understood.
I'm telling you,
Excuse
very
me, I'm at
important
work.
information. I
I'm
don't
at work,
care.
but yes, can we continue?
I don't care where you are.
Ma'am,
You are in court.
continue, 'cause I need to
No,
get back
you are
to
in
work.
court.
I need to get back to work,
You are-
so continue. I
Well,
need
get
to get
back to work
so
then.
continue.
Your motion is denied. Your motion is denied.
Okay,
Bye.
y'all have a good day. The fuck? Fuck y'all, bitch.
Understood.
Just gotta pay your rent. You're all set, Ms. Cox. City of Lansing versus Daquan Tatum, 22-03189. Appearance, please.
Understood.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Public Defender Lauren Sutter, on behalf of Mr. Tatum, who is standing to my right.
Okay.
Tatum scheduled for hearing today. And this is for a violation of probation. Are we having a hearing today?
Understood.
Okay, looks like the violations allege that you violated the amended order from November 18, 2024 for Abra Health that you failed to submit your random
Right
year
over.
analysis on January 5th, January 17th, January 22nd, February 1st, February 10th, February 22nd, and that you
Okay.
failed to complete victim impact panel. That's what he's pleading to.
I'll be right over.
That's correct, sir? Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury. Okay, you can put your hand down. You understand, sir, in this matter that you have the right to have a contested hearing. You understand that you have the right at the
I'll be
time
right over.
of that
That's the
hearing
best course of
to
action.
have
Okay.
the prosecution, which is the city attorney's office, put forth evidence that would establish your guilt as it relates to the alleged violation.
Whatever you say.
Do you want to not have a hearing today, or do you want to have a hearing? Okay, you want to plead guilty?
Ready for
Anyone
duty?
threatening you to do that? Any promises being made to you if you plead guilty? What's the promise?
No. I'm sorry. No.
Let's see what we can get done.
Ready for duty? I'll be right over.
Whatever you
So
say.
you're pleading guilty to the violations that you
Already
believe
agreed.
you're guilty?
Yeah.
Okay, as to the violations that you
Ready for duty?
failed to submit to testing, essentially since January 5th of 2025. How do you plead?
Yeah.
On a factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What's the best course of
Mr.
action?
Tatum, is it accurate that you underwent sentencing in front of Judge Simmons on June 17th of 2024?
Yeah.
And at that time, you were ordered to a term of probation.
Yeah.
And during that time, you were ordered to do random
Affirmative.
urinalysis or preliminary breath test for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And is it true that on the dates the court has already read into the record that you did not submit for testing?
Yep.
And you acknowledge that's a violation of your probation orders? Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that satisfies the factual basis.
Any questions from you, City?
None, Your Honor.
Before to satisfy with the factual basis, I'll accept your plea. If I your plea may plead voluntarily and
Let's see what we
intelligently.
can get
I have
done.
a recommendation from your probation officer indicating that your attendance at community mental health has been inconsistent,
I'll be right over.
and that your overall attitude seems good, but your progress is poor, and your acceptance of responsibility is fair. Says defendant has made minimal progress since the onset of his probation in June 2024. In 2024, defendant has not drug tested since January 18th, 2025, which I'm not sure how that works if he failed to appear on the 17th and 22nd of January. Nonetheless, defendant completed
Whatever you say.
or never completed victim impact panel, which was ordered. Defendant was cautioned about jail time being held in abeyance, and defendant continues to be non-compliant with probation terms.
Uh-huh.
Let's see what we can get done.
Well, that sounds easy, because it looks like November 18th, defendant pled guilty to violations. I said that he would serve 93 days Ingham County Jail to be held in abeyance if he had no further violations, and that he would enroll in outpatient substance use treatment, and that he needs to provide proof within 7 days, and that he would be testing
Okay.
1 time per week for the next 60
Whatever you
days.
say.
Here we are. You can make allocution.
That's it.
Thank you, Your Honor. I do acknowledge the time being held in advance from November 18th was something I was not aware of. I don't believe he had counsel on that, so there's nothing in our system noting that. I did talk to him today about the inconsistency and non-compliance with the testing. He fully acknowledges absolutely it is accurate. He's been inconsistent or non-compliant with the testing impact panel. He was originally scheduled to complete the victim impact panel, and he acknowledged to me that work
Yes.
conflicted with it, and he chose to go to work when he
What's
should have
the
chose
best course of
to
action?
go to VIP instead. He acknowledges that's not something he should have. He should have reprioritized which one of those was more important. He did talk to me today about if the court does consider allowing him to continue on probation, that would be something he is prioritizing this week above all else. It's getting set up and scheduled for that victim
Yes.
impact panel attendance. He also did talk to me about
What's
the
next?
inconsistency of testing and acknowledged that's largely been a work and money issue. Told me he could test on Friday, has a
What's
of
the
money
best
then,
course of
and
action?
knows that if he's missing any test
Yes.
after this, that absolutely the court is coming down on him. He is asking the court to consider allowing him to continue on probation, knowing full well it would be an extension of probation if it was originally due to end on March 17th. And he would be asking the court to consider that in his behalf.
Yes.
Where does he work?
I was working at Walmart, and then I was working at MSU. Right now,
Come in handy.
my assignment ended because I was working with home service with MSU. Right now, they going to call me for a power plant job, but I'm trying to get in A-list property management right now.
When was the last time you worked?
Like a month ago now.
How is it that you're gonna use the excuse that you could not do what you were ordered to do as part of your probation because you had work?
That's what he's doing.
I just take care of the family. I can't provide for my family. I have to be there for my kids. My wife is working, and I have to watch the kids while she works. She works during the day.
Are you high right now?
No, I'm not.
Why are your eyes red and glassy?
Just waking up not too long ago.
You just woke up not too long ago? Because my courtroom reeks of marijuana right now.
Oh, it ain't me. You can come smell me.
I don't need to come over there and smell you. I can smell the marijuana
I
in
just
here.
came in the courtroom. You ain't
Okay.
smell it before I came in.
I sure
No
didn't actually.
disrespect,
I was sitting in here until they
I
opened the
don't
door.
smoke weed no more.
Okay,
I don't.
okay,
I ain't smoked weed since I've been on probation.
good. But I don't know that. You know why? Because you don't
I don't.
you don't follow my orders. And if you think it's your responsibility to be out so you can take care of your children, then you would have thought it was your responsibility to follow court orders because you put yourself in this predicament. I did not. The court did not. The prosecutor did not. The public defender did not, and neither did the police. You took the actions that brought you before the court, and then you're not taking the actions to show that you have held yourself accountable and that you're willing to get on the right track. If I give you a list of things to do, and not very much things for you to do, you were supposed to engage in community mental health. You do it when you feel like it. You were supposed to be employed.
I've been going.
That's not what this report tells me. It tells me that it's been inconsistent. You were supposed to go and complete victim impact panel, and I'm inclined to believe that was supposed to be within 90 days. You now are at a place where you should now be discharged, and I don't have it done. You know why I don't have it done? Because you had no intention of doing it. You want to do what you want to do, and you think that we want to sit here and continue to babysit you as an adult man.
Agreed.
Why in the world would anybody property management hire you to do anything? You're not responsible. Why would they hire you? Based on what? You think if they see this video, they're gonna want to hire
I
you?
understand. Yep.
Would you hire you?
Yep. Yep. Uh-huh.
No response?
Okay.
30 days Ingham County Jail to be served immediately. Who is this?
guy right here.
Let me get the keys.
You step out of my courtroom, sir.
You should have the key.
Ready for duty?
And that's not fair.
Yep.
Hey man, go on, man.
Negative. I'll be right over. The only way whistling should be
I'm discharging him probation. I refer the balance, well, terminating probation and referring the balance to collection.
Yes.
And Aaron, can I ask, because the report I have is over a month old at this point, is the accurate balance still 472.11?
That's what I have.
Ready for duty?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Das sollte ich mir anschauen.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Okay. Uh-huh. I'll be right over.
Huh?
Okay.
Move.
62 cases where police officers are forced to deal with some of the most annoying suspects we have ever seen.
Understood.
Hello, what's going on? Nothing. My dad just like threatened me over text, and he has a past restraining order, so I'm just a little bit worried.
Okay.
About what's gonna happen.
What's the restraining order say specifically?
I actually don't know. I don't have it.
Yes, it was his ex-wife.
Okay.
She got a restraining order, so he can't go near her or so many yards away from her house.
Okay, so the restraining order's on the ex-wife.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Just making sure, because if he's coming here, then that violates. Okay.
No, I'm just saying that he has past like stuff, you know.
Huh?
He actually lives here.
Okay, he does. All right. Okay, so what's going on? Why is this issue coming up?
So basically, like him and his, so there was a big thing that went down here like about a week ago, right? Just some family drama stuff, and he just got a new girlfriend.
Okay.
And basically, like, just spun the whole story around to his girlfriend, telling her this and that. So me and my brother called his girlfriend's son, and like basically told him like what happened. And after my dad found out that we contacted him, he went like crazy on me and my brother. He texted my brother a bunch of things saying like, "Oh, I hope you never come back to the house. If you do, I'll be ready for you." This and that. So then on a group chat, his girlfriend texted me this just like this super long thing about.
Is it okay if I read it?
Yeah, yeah. And he's never like talked to me like this before, so like this is like it's an actual threat, you know. Like I know how he is. I didn't want to tell him that the police were gonna be here because I didn't want him to like go wherever, you know what I mean, not come here.
Unfortunately, this is one of those things that it's a threat, but it's not like a threat that the law considers a threat. What they define is a threat.
Gotcha.
By saying, "I hope you're there. You ready for me?"
But that's pretty much insinuating a fight, though, isn't it?
But you gotta remember, the way we have to think is, what is the lawyer gonna ask?
Yeah.
Okay? Fortunately, with laws, it's not always that way.
Gotcha.
So there's not gonna be a lot I can do except try to keep you guys separated or try to keep it calm as possible. This is his actual home.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can get done. He stays sometimes at his girlfriend.
So if he claims this as his home, like his primary residence, the thing is I can't force him to leave.
No.
Because we're not allowed to force people out of their homes.
Yeah.
Right?
This is Taylor's home.
So unfortunately, he's not breaking any laws at this point. Okay, so we'll just sit out here when he pulls up. I'm sure he's gonna pull up any minute now. All right, we'll be out here waiting.
All right, cool. Then
okay. What's going on, sir? What's going on?
What's going on, man?
What's going on?
How you doing?
Good.
Man. What business is it of yours to talk to my girlfriend's son about me? See how he is?
Come over here and talk to me.
No, I'm sitting right here. You come over here.
I like this.
You can talk business about me to my girlfriend?
I just told
you. It's not your place, man.
All right, you go over that way. What is going on?
You stay over there, motherfuckers. You stay off. You stay right here. You gotta stay right here. Okay, you're right. Stay right here.
Okay.
Here, Taylor.
No, don't. Hey, listen. You don't have to. If you don't want to, you don't have to go over there. All right?
19, 20.
You're an adult, right?
Yep. So what?
I'm trying to have a talk with you, man. You don't
That's why you call cops?
Bro, because I think you're gonna do something. You're saying
I'm gonna do to you, man. Motherfucker, I never laid a hand on you.
Well, you acting like you're gonna do it right now, bro.
Bro, you talking to my girl, talking shit about me?
Bro, look how you're
you.
Relax, bro. Look, I'm your son, bro.
What you guys gonna do?
Look, no,
What
we
you
are
guys
here
gonna
to
do?
we are
Bro,
here to talk.
Are you on coke right now, man?
What is going
Am
on?
I on coke right now?
You acting like you're on coke right now.
Don't make anything worse. Hey, don't. Hey, I'm gonna ask you to back up. Hey, back up. Back up.
No.
Hey, get over here. No, get over here. Get over here. Stop resisting, man. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Put your hands on your back.
gonna arrest me?
Put your hands on your back. You're gonna get tased. If you do not put your hands on your back, you're getting tased.
On your back.
Do you understand? Put your hands behind your back.
You don't ever lay your hands on a cop like that. When I tell you to back up, you back up.
Got one detained, 10-4. You want press charges?
Yeah. That doesn't matter. You already got charges on him. That's your choice, by the way. I'm your son, man. And I always, I always had your back in everything, man. And you gotta do this to me, man.
Let's go.
It really shows who you are as a person.
I'm just gonna stay right there. I will tell you when to move. You understand?
A lot of people are gonna be happy now.
All right, that's enough. You're not helping the situation right now. I understand you're upset. You running your mouth does not help. All right, roll on your side. Stand up. Let's go. Look, my glasses got me all cut up. Sit in the car. Yeah. Next time, walk
Don't
away,
instigate.
dude.
Next time, be the bigger person, walk away. There was no point in him told you to walk away from him. You're a grown adult. You're 20 years old. If you wanted to walk away, you can walk away and talk to us, and we'll talk to him separately.
Ready for duty?
All right?
22 on elevator.
You good, bud?
Twisting my back. You want to press charges?
What would that mean? Like,
Basically, he get charged with battery on you, and not only that, but on us.
and what would that
So he's going to jail regardless. Question is, do you want to file the charges as well?
So if I say no, how long will you go to jail for?
It doesn't matter. That's not up to us. That's up to the judge.
Yeah. We can't speak for you, man. Okay, whatever you would decide to do and what you want to do, that's up to you. We can't speak for you. But regardless of now, he's going to jail right now for battery LEO and resisting without.
Alright?
Yeah. Bryce got a couple cuts and a bruise on his leg, but I'm good. I'm 10-4.
All right, man. Twist my back.
Twist your back.
Yeah,
You want to take photos of his injury?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it right now, but.
So I explained to him basically their threats unless he's actually going to do something when he gets here, then it's a different story. So then both son and dad come out. He comes out, he's like, what are you going to do talking to us? You know, what the f are you going to do? And then he's like looking at the sign, why the f do you have any business talking to my girlfriend? And he's like, why'd you call the police? And he's like,
you guys are here?
Huh? Yeah. And so then dad's like, you can come up here. And we're like, no, come over here. Trying to separate the two. He's not letting it. He's like, you guys can come up here. So we go up. Starts getting in the kid's face more. And then eventually we try to get in to separate them. And dad like headbutts him essentially. Just barely touches him, but goes in. So then we try to break them apart. As we do that, he sits there and swats me away, grabs them, and we start fighting them to the ground and just...
What are your charges on him?
It's going to be battery LEO and resisting without. Because I had to pull up.
You didn't have any charges against the son?
I asked the son didn't want to. I mean, I can still do it because it's DV.
I was going to say, did he actually strike his son?
Barely. Like
barely. It was like...
The brim of his hat literally just like tapped him in the forehead. And that's when I asked him, like, hey man, step back, let's avoid all this. That's when he just slapped.
So, I mean, if you don't have a DV battery, you don't have it. I mean, I wasn't here, that's...
Like, I'll give you a packet, sir. I'll give you a packet.
Yeah, if you just... Don't worry about the DV. He said he didn't want to press charges anyway, so...
Okay.
And I think with him, the brim, I don't think that will count for anything.
Okay.
So...
All right, well, hold off on that then.
Mark was charged with resisting with violence and battery on an officer, totaling a bond of $5,500. He is innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Listen, I got the roommate that rents a room from me just left because of my son was hitting me. My son just came in the house. He walked.
I locked both doors. I locked this door and I locked the one in there. I locked both doors, and somehow he opened the door.
I was in her room, and he came in there and threw me out the room. He just
said, "Get out!"
Slammed the door on my face. That's her bedroom.
That's my bedroom.
It's been her bedroom all this time.
Him, why is he in
And now he's saying it's his bedroom and he won't get out. You can't keep telling him he's got to stay here because you're enticing him to do this. He thinks he can do this. I told you, he was staying in Sebring when he got out of jail.
Are you injured? Where?
Yes, I am. I am. Look at my arm. He scraped up my whole arm with the door. When he threw me, threw me right the road. I want him out of there now. That's my daughter's bedroom he's in. He told her she can't go to her
said I can't get anything out of my bedroom. He said I can't go in there anymore. It's my bedroom. I've been living there. All my stuff is still in there.
Okay, so where is he at?
He's in the bedroom.
He's in your bedroom right now. He came here yesterday morning and refused to leave. That's the first time he stayed here was last night. Like I told you, I already told you once. He opened the door for you. He should have never been in my house.
Let's go.
Okay.
No, if he wasn't a bad kid, I would let him stay with me. But he's
Well, I tried to resolve this earlier, and you walked away. You didn't want to talk to me, so.
Because you're not helping me. You're making problems.
Well, you're not helping me, and I'm asking certain questions, and
I
you
already
weren't.
told you a million times. How many times am I gonna tell you? I did not say he could stay here.
But he was welcome then, and then now he's not welcome now.
No, he's not to live here. He can come visit. He cannot live here. He just went in my daughter's room and said that's his room. He threw me out of the room.
I was here earlier, and they didn't want to talk to me, so now. And I think he got released from jail on the 12th of this month, and he's been here since then.
Does he live here?
He says he does. He says he gets mail here, and this is his residence, but it's okay.
So what did you tell him earlier?
I verified what was the living address. He said it was here.
So where's Pam?
Oh, she's inside.
Can you have her come out here?
Yeah.
Take my son no more. He's lying. He wants to come back here and he's not staying here. I can't do it.
I'm not talking to you, Mark. I'm talking to Pam right now.
I just came back. I went to my room.
Mark, I said I'm not talking to you right now. I'm talking to your mother, Pam.
You talk to her, and I'll talk to him, or whatever. I'm trying to let you know. I just came back. I came back here. I went in my room. What she do? She tried to come in there and bust in my room through the door. She scraped her little elbow.
Hey,
She called you guys.
we said we're not talking to you
I'm
right
talking
now.
to him.
You're not talking to him either. Go inside.
I have nothing.
Go inside, Bart. Go inside.
Okay, let me see this. I like to record this incident because you seem a little hostile and crazy.
When are you gonna grow up and get your own place, Mark?
He's never gonna.
Huh?
Hello, yeah, this is right here. I got this officer right here being rude, and I got my house.
Go inside. I'm
on
talking to
my
Pam.
house. I'm on my property, and I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm on my property. I know my rights. I would like to speak to your supervisor.
I am the
That's fine.
supervisor.
Well, I'd like to speak to someone ahead of you because obviously you're not.
You'll have to check
You're
with
not
the
doing your
chief.
job
I
right.
read the law. Go inside. Get out of my
Please
face.
do not touch me.
I'm
on
not
my
touching
property.
you.
Please do not touch me. I'm on my property. Look, he is getting hostile in my personal
come
space.
over here.
He will not leave me alone.
Go inside, man.
I'm the one that called you guys.
You're disrupting my investigation right now.
And you're disrupting my peace.
Then go inside.
I'm not doing nothing.
Hey, man, just
I'm on
step
my
inside.
property.
Just give us a minute.
I'm on my property. Says he's a supervisor on duty, and he's trying to make me go inside and tell me I'm disrupting his information. But yeah, I'm the one that called him for being assaulted and them coming in on my property.
You're disrupting my investigation right now. Yes, you are.
I'm the one that called you guys.
That
I
doesn't
just got
matter.
off the phone with y'all.
Go in here. You're disrupting
my
my.
inside. I'm on my property. This is my
You
property.
can say whatever you want, but I need you to step inside.
You're disrupting my investigation, Mark. Go inside.
I walk away.
Step inside, man.
But this is, I don't have to. I don't know why you guys are trying to force me to go inside, knowing I don't have to.
I'm not forcing you.
But you're saying
I'm asking you. Please, can you go inside?
You're disrupting the investigation right
her.
now,
You
Mark.
wanted to talk to her. I'm talking to him.
All right, turn
Man,
around.
look, I'm not doing nothing. I didn't
Turn
do
around.
nothing. Man, I didn't do nothing. Look, he's putting me under arrest. Yeah, I ain't doing.
You're obstructing is
No,
what
I'm
you're
not.
doing. Yes, you are.
We've asked you nicely.
I don't have to go inside.
You're disrupting the investigation.
Moving.
Quit wiggling around.
See, Maki, why are you gonna be like this?
I didn't do nothing, man.
Doesn't matter, man. I told you to. You're disrupting the
I
investigation.
was talking to him. I was trying to explain my side. This is on recording.
That's fine.
That's wrong if you guys did too.
My camera's on too, man.
I'm not doing it.
I don't care if you live here or you're not. You're disrupting.
And I walked away.
No, you didn't.
I walked away.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
No.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
Right now, I need you to sit down, and
I'll
I'm detaining you. And then
for what?
For what?
I didn't do nothing, man.
He's already stated 3 times.
And I walked away. You guys are trying to make me go in the house knowing I don't have to.
Why
By
you
law,
don't
I
leave?
I'm pressing charges on
We're
you.
10-4. Show one detain Mark.
Jail, I'm pressing charges on you.
You
know it,
you
man.
need
When
to
I
learn
talk-
how to
when
just
I talked to
chill
you
out
earlier-
and do
when
what
I
you're
talked
told
to
to
you-
do.
When I
Mark.
talked to you earlier, the problem was
We
the
did
girl.
have a conversation.
And I did let the girl go. I took her out of here. And I came back and they want to
But when
bust
I
in
asked,
my room.
I was
and they wanna
asking you
come in.
nicely
It's fine.
to give us a minute, and you
I
didn't.
did. I also.
So
got-
now
Sit down.
you're
The problem-
you're
the
using
problem-
my minute.
Listen, the problem was the girl, right, earlier?
Come on.
And I took her.
We'll talk later. So I need you to sit here and cool down.
Hey, for him acting the way he is and not letting us, I think he needs to go for just obstruction.
Yeah, that's what I got him for.
Is that good with you?
Yes, sir. 'Cause we asked him 3 times,
Ready for duty?
and that's it.
How about Mark? We're going to lose those cuffs.
Affirmative.
It hurt my
The
wrist.
best course of action.
You gotta start wiggling, okay? Which side is the key?
Oh, they're really
Hold on.
tight. They're really tight. Am I going to jail?
Yeah, man, for obstruction. We've asked you nicely.
Dude, I mean, look, I didn't do nothing wrong, man. I even got rid of the problem that was an issue. You guys don't got to take me to jail. I just got out, man.
Mark, we're here trying to find out what's going on. I know you called. Well, that doesn't matter. When I tell you that I need to talk to your mother and you won't shut your mouth and you just keep on rattling and rattling and rattling.
Understood.
I'm sorry.
There.
Look, is it like...
No, man, you're going for obstruction.
I didn't do nothing wrong, man. I just got out.
I'm sorry, man. We gave you opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. I know you did.
And I just wanted to get my side of the story out. They came in and busted in my room and everything.
Mark, I'm done already talking about this, man. Have a seat.
What's the bail for obstruction?
I don't know. It's not much. It's just a misdemeanor. You good now?
Yeah. Mark was charged with obstructing without violence. He is innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Stellung nehmen.
Understood.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Right.
Glad to assist.
Sure thing.
Yep. Yep. Okay. I'll be right over. Understood. Yep. Yep. Okay. Yes.
Whatever you say. Already going.
Glad to assist.
Achtung!
Yes. Yes.
Huh?
Trial setting on the notice that we got, it's a notice or a hearing on the defendant's motion, on his motions that he's filed. He had mentioned wanting to possibly get an attorney. So I don't know if we just want to continue it today and set it for
Whatever
trial
you say.
and then,
Okay.
or how you would like to proceed, but
Okay,
we don't have.
come on
a-
up real quick, Joshua. Real quick. Let me make sure.
Ready
Let
for
me get to
duty?
this case and see.
Yep.
Are you able to hand you something, Your Honor?
Yes, go
Understood.
ahead.
To
Okay.
make it super simple for you, I kind of
Yep.
sectioned off certain sections for you. That way, instead of reading through maybe a court docket.
Okay, but real quick, Mr. Joshua, before, because we're not going into trial right
Gotcha,
now.
yes,
My question to you is,
You see the
right
nature
here,
of it?
it's a hearing on the defendant's motions for today, so it's not gonna be set for trial today. My question is, are we gonna go through each motion so that I can either dismiss or approve it? Or are you gonna hire an attorney?
So realistically, at this time on hiring an attorney, I'm still iffy. I'm 50-50 on it. I've prepared a lot. I've done a lot of personal research.
I see that,
And then I didn't attach it necessarily to this, but on my other case, I actually have all the case law that in the state of Texas that has presented, that has ruled in the, for the defendant on
Based on your situation.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, real quick, my question is, again, are we gonna go through the motions?
Right.
Or do you want me to give you time to hire an attorney to see if they can file something
Moving.
else? Or,
Uh-huh.
because if not, I'm gonna have to go through each motion, and that's all we're doing today. We're not gonna have trial.
I would go through each motion today.
Okay.
I would still have an opportunity later on in the future if I decide to bring in an attorney. Would I still have that opportunity?
Yes.
Well, yes and no,
Yes.
but if you bring in an attorney later on at that point,
Glad to assist.
him
Yes.
requesting a reset,
Okay.
council is probably gonna object to it because we're giving you the opportunity now rather than later. Because if you try to bring it in later, all
Understood.
the attorney's gonna do is gonna ask for an
Understood.
extension because he needs to get caught up on this case before
Verstehe
we have a
mein
trial. So
Understood.
that's why what Mr. Brandon is saying, if you're gonna hire an attorney, you need to do it now before we set our trial date because we're not gonna push that back. And your attorney, if you hire it later, is gonna need more time to prepare rather than.
Then I believe that I have enough actual information, and then with my timelines and certain things that I have on my file, all those documents over there, I think
Okay.
defend myself.
Okay, so for today, we're just going for the motions, though.
ma'am.
Okay, so we're gonna go through each motion then, Mr. Brandon. Give me 1 minute. And let me see.
So
You,
I apologize.
go ahead. If we're just going through motions, Brandon, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, but again, my apologies ahead of time if I have to stop you while I put Mr. Orlando in breakout room, so these other people don't just sit here. Give me, I'm gonna have to stop the trial for a minute. Or not the trial, the hearing. All right, okay, give me 1 minute. Mr. Spencer's back. Hold on. All right, all right. Go ahead, Mr. Joshua, talk to me. What's going on with your first motion you want me to hear?
So when you say the first motion, I filed motions way back in February. So, but I also have the one that I just filed. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that one.
And that one is your motion to dismiss for lack of service, failure to prosecute, and procedural non-compliance. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
And so originally what ended up happening is on December 4th, the plaintiff actually filed a suit against me. At that time, I had no idea what was happening. Through going through the court docket on a different case, I ended up discovering this. Now, if I'm not mistaken, TRCP, or I might have the acronym wrong, 106 states that just because I discovered something does not mean that, service is void. Service is still, required in the state of Texas. What else? I apologize. And then on that matter, I have also been keeping an extremely,
All right, just real quick. He mentioned TRCP. That's the Texas Rules of Criminal Procedure. Just wanted to make sure I said that so you guys didn't fall behind.
Okay. Almost nudging them in a professional way. And what I say about that, on December 4th, they filed. On, March 3rd, when I finally found out that they filed, I submitted answers. On March 7th, I submitted answers plus amendments. On March 7th, again, I put in an initial motion of discovery. On the 21st, I filed a supplemented motion of discovery requesting additional records. On the 21st, again, I also filed a motion for judicial review seeking court oversight. The reason why I asked for judicial review is because I sent there so many documentation, so much under certified mail, and there was no response.
To them.
To them, there was no response, which means that doesn't show me any kind of professionalism on their side. If they wanted to solve, they just kind of saw it as a wham bam, thinking, man, this case is dismissed. At least that comes across to me in that way. So yeah, he kind of argued the point that, oh well, he filed the answer, but underneath the TRCP rule, that doesn't, it's just not a defendable. It goes against that rule that's written into the law books. Now he told me that if he files an answer, that if he files a suit, like he gives me discovery, it's going to be pretty much the stuff that he already has originally on the court docket. So realistically, I do have those documents, but I've asked for discovery. And the reason why I've asked for discovery, in this document that you do not have a copy of because they submitted to me, it starts with the address of 23315 Stiller Drive in Elmendorf, Texas.
Ready for duty?
It's on my address. It does end up at my address in 2022, but pretty much
ready for duty
up to that date.
So you have no knowledge of that address?
I had no, this is the file number they gave me right before.
But that address on there, you don't
I
don't know where it came from.
I don't. Also, I asked them for verified documentation. Like, hey, you know what? That was a long time ago. I'll tell you what, go ahead and send me a wet signature. Go ahead and send me the confirmation of agreement. They're the direct people. They should be able to get that pretty quickly, I would assume. And they didn't put that in any, they didn't give me any of those. So pretty much they kind of left me in limbo for a very, very long time.
Okay.
And it really caused me to almost do a Hail Mary swing at defense. Because I knew I was going to get to court. And to be honest with you, with my ex-wife, she got a default judgment against her in the same way because she never got a paper. So I explained that to him that no, I showed up because I don't want a default judgment against me. But no, I have to defend this.
Okay, give me 1 minute. Go ahead, Mr. Brandon.
Understood.
Yes,
All right. Here's my biggest thing. First off, he did say wet signature. But that's nonsense. But he never said that wasn't mine. Never said that one time. He's arguing procedure to get this case dismissed. So even if he got his wish and got the case dismissed, they would just refile it in whatever form that was, apparently a mistake.
But listen to what the
Let's
attorney
see what
says.
we can get done.
They're covering all their bases. This guy he's trying really hard, and this is why I say he's a sovereign citizen adjacent. And I do believe he's going to go full sob sit during trial. Just his arguments they're out there. They're not going to work. He does drop subject matter jurisdiction here shortly, but the judge cuts him off halfway through a sentence, and it's hilarious. But the attorney, he's a little bit green. I'll say that.
Affirmative.
But I think, you know what? Let's just play it.
Your Honor. So what he's showing you is in his answer he had disputed the debt, and so we had to send him a validation of the debt, and that contains a letter and statements from the account. That is not something we are using as evidence in the court, which is why it never got filed, but we're required to send debt validation when they dispute it. We are in the process of preparing our offering of evidence, and the court had not granted any order of discovery. So him sending us all these motions for discovery, we're not obligated to respond to that, especially when he's asking for things that aren't typically provided in cases such as this. And as far as the service goes, we're more than happy to show up at his doorstep and hand him a copy of documents he already has. But when a defendant files an answer, service is almost moot at that point because they have everything they're going to receive from service of the petition. The offering of evidence will be sent to the court and have a certificate of service that we will also mail to him.
I understand.
Will the person who's offering that offering of evidence be willing to testify?
It is a business record.
I'm just asking for everything that's submitted to be validated through an actual person's voice.
Hold on. Go ahead, Mr. Stan.
That is not typical procedure. It's
what my defensive ground is.
Ready for
I
duty?
understand what you want, but it's not necessarily what is required. Okay,
Yeah.
so give me 1 minute. Well, I do hear you though. Go ahead, Mr. Stan.
I'm not aware of
Let's
any
see what we can
time
get done.
that has happened.
Okay.
So I can't even say if they'd be willing to or not. The legal standard is we need a business records affidavit, and that will be provided in the offering of evidence.
All right, so
All right, so this is why I say he's green. Instead of saying that's not typical, I would just say no. No, we don't need to do
the
that.
best course of
Therefore,
action?
no. You just end up. But the fact that the guy's asking for, the defendant, the respondent, I guess I should say it's civil. He's saying that he needs someone to testify to the fact that the business records are real. Did he use the word real? Come on, man. It's on paper. Just say if the debt's yours or not. If it's not your debt, you go down one line of defense. If it is your debt, then you go into settlement. He's not doing either one. And I'm kind of surprised the judge hasn't flat out asked him.
I'll be right over.
thing is I got to get through is the service. Now you had mentioned a code, and I'm guessing for service.
TRCP. I have all the technical laws and codes right here to make it simple if you need it. TRCP 106.
Okay, because I want to read that real quick, and
that's pretty much every case law.
Affirmative.
TRC.
Whatever you say. Yep. Uh-huh.
okay, what page am I looking at?
Yep.
What's the best course of action?
If a personal service fails, the plaintiff must file a motion.
Okay, I don't see it on 106. I don't know if you want to point it out to me or not.
Let's go. Okay.
Do you know what law he's referring to?
I believe he's citing the Texas Rules of Civil Procedure. I'm trying to look up 106 right now.
What's the best course of action?
Because if I'm not mistaken, I think I know where he's
fundamental
going.
component of subject matter.
I think he's referring to district because remember county and district go by a different set of rules.
Course of action.
Texas, the JPs go by another set of rules, and we don't do the 100s. I can tell you that right now. but I don't want to assume, so I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and do that. I can't look it up. I can't make anybody's defense. I'm a neutral party, so I'm just waiting for somebody to give me a rule so I can read it. And while y'all do that, let me get Orlando while you look up that rule.
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Jones, sorry.
Yes,
give me
ma'am.
a,
So it's actually Texas Rule Civil Procedure 124, no judgment without service. In no case shall judgment be rendered against any defendant unless upon service or acceptance of waiver of process or upon appearance by the defendant as prescribed by these rules. I didn't accept the waiver of service, and I appeared only to protect myself.
I understand.
So my answer did my service.
Yeah, there's also no judgment against you
Already
right now.
going.
So that doesn't make sense. You should really understand what you're saying before you say it. Just saying.
The case law that supports it, Wilson versus Dunn, 800 SW 2nd 833 Texas in 1990. A default judgment is void when defendant is not served in strict compliance with the rules, even if they later file documents with the court. And then also Cato
hold on 1 minute.
Again, there's no default judgment against them. You're not even to that point yet. You're still in a pre-trial before you go to trial.
Understood.
No judgment has been rendered yet.
I'll be right over.
I don't know why he's arguing this.
You had mentioned that you waived service?
No, I did not waive
Okay, I thought you said you
No,
read
ma'am.
waive
No, ma'am.
service.
I did not waive service.
Okay, give me 1 minute. Hold on. I'm reading it. I don't need
I
to.
got
I
you.
got it.
Yep. Glad to assist. Yep.
So, Mr. Brandon, he's quoting, like you mentioned, Texas Rules of Civil Procedure 124. Do you have any response to that?
Let's go.
You're on mute, by the way.
Yep.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ich gehe ihn mal suchen.
Do you have any, whenever you're ready?
Yeah, I'm just skimming it real quick. Your Honor, we're not even at trial yet. We're not seeking a judgment yet. So like I said, we're more than happy to serve him. The whole purpose behind rules such as this is to avoid default judgments without notice of the suit. But it's apparent he has notice. But we're not against serving him if he would like us to. But that.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what was that?
No, even if you serve me, you've already told me that pretty much what you're going to serve me with is what you already originally filed on the court docket, which still does not give me my prepared requested items that I've asked for and the discovery. So that's the reason I'm asking for the discovery, because I need to not go into a Hail Mary situation. I need to know what you got. That way I can use justice and, you know, I guess.
All right, so I'm going to rule on the first motion. The motion to dismiss for lack of service, that's going to be denied. We are not in trial yet. There is no judgment. And just an FYI, Mr. Jones, the JP court follows different rules than the county and district court. We are governed by the rules of 500 on the Texas Rules of Civil Procedure in JP court.
So the rules of 500?
The rules starting at 500. Okay, so 124 does not apply to the JP courts, okay? Because the county and district courts have their own set of rules.
Glad to assist.
And then the JPs have their set of rules, okay? So.
Thank you for telling me that.
You're welcome.
Yes.
All right, so that motion is denied. And so when they want to do the rules of evidence and stuff, that gets a little bit more complicated. All right, so Brandon, that motion is denied. So the next motion is discovery.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let me get you your discovery. So we're gonna have to go into your discovery motion. Guys, I want Mr. Brandon to go through the discovery, and I'm gonna go through the most recent discovery, which was on 4/8.
Kind of learned things along the process, so I do apologize.
Okay, so.
Understood.
Oh,
yes.
Right, I do.
Okay.
I do apologize for if I provided too much. I had no idea how to prepare for a case.
No.
I'm not professionally trained or anything,
Do
so
not
I just
ever
wanted-
apologize for coming in over prepared.
What's next?
Yes.
All right, so
Yep.
I'm looking at
Okay.
your motion, and I just want to make sure that this is it. This is your last
You're
one
right
that was
there.
filed on April the 8th, and it starts off, and then it starts going into production,
You right there. Yep.
and then case law. So let me ask you this, Mr. Jones. What you're
Sure
requesting from them is the original signed
to assist.
credit card agreement or
Yes.
an
Finally, some
authenticated digital acceptance of the
It won't
account
happen.
terms. Is
Yes,
that
ma'am.
You're right
And the
there.
main reason is the 23315 Skiller Drive.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with that
Okay.
address whatsoever, and
Yeah.
they're saying that's where the account's from.
Okay, give me 1 minute. All right, Mr. Brandon, are you objecting to the request for production number 2?
Like, I'm sorry, where are you reading from, Your Honor?
Yeah, okay, so he sent in a motion back in April.
Finally,
Yes,
some
Your Honor.
action.
Okay, if you go into that, it says number
Catch
1
him off
background.
guard.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and then if you go down, it says 1, 2, 3, and then
Okey-dokey.
right under 3, it's got the request for productions. It's kind of pro se, but you got to read through it. But yes, so that's his first one. Production number 2, original signed credit card agreement or
Let's
an
see what we can get done.
authenticated digital acceptance
Yes.
of the account terms.
Yep. Yes.
Are you in agreement to that, or do I have to make a ruling on that?
In our offering of evidence, there is going to be a card agreement, which we'll file before trial.
Ready for duty?
But the card agreement is typically not
Whatever
a
you
wet
say.
signature
Yes.
or a digital signature.
I gave
Yes.
the option, I believe.
So
Yes.
how are you
Glad to
linking this
assist.
card agreement to Mr. Jones?
What's the best course of action?
Your Honor, this is an account stated claim, and through Texas
I
case law,
understand.
all we need to provide in our offering of
Uh-huh.
evidence is the business records
Yes.
affidavit and
Serious danger.
the statements. We include the card agreement to show what their rights under this was, but these are all typically things not included, and so we would object to
What's the
his
best
motion
course of
for
action?
discovery.
And I understand they're not typical, but that
Agreed.
doesn't mean that they don't come across. Okay, so just because it's not typical doesn't mean that it's automatically denied.
Already
Okay,
good.
he is stating that he's got
Yep.
bank statements from an address that doesn't exist, that he has no idea. So I need some authentication of how
Yep.
you're linking Mr. Jones to this account.
Knife Sage.
So I'm going to go ahead
Okay.
and agree with number 1.
Whatever
Maybe
you
not
say.
necessarily the original contract, but I need some signature, something linking Mr. Jones
Ready
to
for
this
duty?
account. Either, I'm gonna leave that up to you on how you're gonna link it, but I am going to be inclined to grant number 1. It may not be the originally signed credit card,
I'll be right
but I'm
over.
gonna add some language that as long as it's linking
be
him
right
to
over.
this account.
Yes, Your Honor, and we do have an application report that lists identifying
next?
information and
Okay.
was provided at the time that this card was applied for.
Okay, so
The only
again,
thing I would say
Yep.
on that, Your Honor, I'm
Yep.
a computer science major in college, and and I understand. I do
Let's see what
penetration
we can
testing
get done.
and things like that.
Yes.
So information such as that is
Okay.
very easy accessible. I can do a background check on an individual
Okay.
and get all that information. And that's usually what a lot of phishing scams do. They get information to apply for several credit cards over a period.
Glad to assist.
Also in college
Yes.
as well, they do a lot of phishing and they do a lot of education practices based off of that. So what he's saying technically could, it can be generated.
well, and that's something you can argue in trial.
Oh,
Okay,
definitely. I
because
just
right
wanted-
now it's just a motion, so I'm granting what you're asking for. I don't know what they're giving me yet or what they're gonna
I
give you.
understand. That's good.
And then we will have a
Yep.
hearing on this as
Okay.
well for compliance.
Let's see
Then
what we
after
can
that,
get
we're gonna
done.
go to trial. So we're gonna
Okay.
baby step this all the way through.
Absolutely, yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes.
so your first
Yep.
request is granted. So the originally signed credit card agreement or an authenticated digital acceptance, or I'm going to add anything linking Mr. Jones to this account. However way y'all want to handle that, I'm not gonna make their case for them.
Yes.
Okay, I gotta see what they're gonna give me. If I deem that it's fit for us to go to trial on it, then I will. If I find that they're in contempt, that they have not provided that paperwork, then I'll make a ruling at that time. Okay? So
Keep the
your
hands
first
out of
one
the
is
jaws.
granted with some modification. All right, it's gonna be number 3, interrogatory. It's identification and production of the governing
I'll be right over.
contract and terms for the
Okay.
alleged account. Is that kind of
Let's
what you
see
were
what we
saying,
can
Mr.
get done.
Brandon? What you were already giving him the rules and
Let's go.
his rights and stuff like that?
Yes, Your Honor, that I believe that is asking for the card agreement. It's his motion. I'll defer to him on that, but
Okay.
that's my
So-
understanding.
Mr. Jones, is that what you're asking for, the card agreement on the
I'm
interrogatory?
asking for when the account got initiated, through whoever it got initiated through. I need the initiation agreement, the signature,
What's next?
the things,
Ready
there
for
has to
duty?
be something beyond a
Okay.
social and beyond a name
Okay.
that you can do.
Yes.
I don't know if they do any kind of thumbprint verification or.
So
Yeah,
it's
no,
just
I
a
don't
regular
know.
credit card.
Yeah, no, but I need something, definitely linking it, to me, especially with the address.
Okay, well, that kind of ties into number 1. Like I said, that's on them. I already told them that they need to link it somehow. So, Mr. Brandon, we're going to say that's the card agreement, okay? For that one. Again, I'm not negating number 1. They still have to link you to it, okay? So, the next one is going to be the request for
course of action?
number 6.
Yes, Your Honor.
The sworn business affidavit, which you have no objection to that. Is that correct?
Yeah, no objection. That'll be included in our
Utterly
offering of evidence
impossible.
before trial.
Excuse me. Okay, so number 6 is granted. Number 7, a full explanation and calculations of the amount claimed as owed. I'm assuming those are going to be statements.
Yes, Your Honor. We'll be providing statements and that demonstrate where this balance came from.
Okay, so there's no objection to number 7.
I just have issue with the full explanation because under case law, we're not required to provide every statement from the date the account was open. We provide a year of statements that show how the balance gets set. And as long as we could link the account to him, that year of statement should be more than enough.
Okay, well, we'll limit it down to 1 year. That's fine. I don't need 10 years of bank statements printed out. I don't need to kill a force. All right, and number 4, the documents produced are unauthenticated, lack of supporting affidavit, and do not meet the. Okay, so number 4 is just a statement, I'm guessing.
Your Honor, I believe,
I'll be right over.
and he can speak to this as well, but I believe that was a
See what we
complaint
can get
about the
done.
debt validation we sent him, but that's not what we didn't file that as evidence. And that's,
Ready for duty?
Okay, so that's not a discovery, that's just a statement between both parties regarding something that was
What's the
given
best
to him.
course of action?
I believe so.
Mr. Jones, is that correct?
Glad to assist.
That is.
Yes.
Okay, so the only things that you're requesting are what we've gone over so far. Okay, all right, so we are good on it. He has agreed to almost everything. I just kind of tweaked number 1 a little bit. All right, I'm gonna set this up, counsel. How long, 30 days to get him all this?
If you could give us 60 days, because like I said, some of this documentation isn't typical, and so give us time to get it from our client.
Sure
The only
thing.
thing I do ask, Your Honor, like I said, I am in college. I'm supposed to be doing several trips throughout the summer through my college. Also, I
Ready for
am
duty?
currently I have custody of my son right now, and I'm currently defending that to make sure.
You're just on a roll, aren't you?
Well, I mean, I've had custody for a few years, but
Okay.
she finally got
Glad to
cleared and-
assist.
But long story short,
I'm listening to you. I'm looking
I
at my
would
calendar.
prefer to do it a little bit under that 60-day
Sure
time limit.
thing.
They've already had 150 days to prepare for this. It doesn't, like an extra 60 days, that puts me at an extremely huge disadvantage.
Let's go.
Okay, so let's split the baby then. We'll do either 30 or 45 days.
I would prefer 30.
What's next? Ready for
I've
duty?
given them a lot of days already.
Okay, you got to remember
I'll be
that
right
this is
over.
only a year old. Okay, so I'm dealing with cases